Hi, I'm Bernard Nomberg with the Nomberg Law Firm in Birmingham, Alabama, and we deal with workplace accidents, workers' compensation claims, and the like. And we have handled many cases that deal with trenching and excavation accidents, injuries, and deaths. And I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about those types of cases, those situations that occur, and really what you should be on the lookout if you're involved in that type of a situation or work environment. And OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, has a slogan or a saying when it comes to trenching and excavation: slope it, shore it, shield it. And that's their way of saying take precautions that are necessary when you're working in and around these types of trenches or excavation sites. You probably have seen these quite a bit, where you see a large hole in the ground and then there is a big metal or some type of a box that is built that's sitting inside the hole, and that's supposed to be the safety area or to help with safety for those working in and around that area. The primary hazard when dealing with trenching and excavation is employee injury from collapse. Soil analysis is important in order to determine the appropriate sloping, benching, and shoring. This is coming from OSHA's website and other materials that OSHA puts out. Additional hazards include working with heavy machinery, manual handling of materials, working in proximity to traffic, electrical hazards from overhead or underground power lines, and underground utilities such as natural gas. So just getting out there and digging a hole is completely hazardous, unsafe, and can lead to lots and lots of problems. Now, the top 5 excavation safety hazards in no particular order are cave-ins, and that's, I don't know if you realize this about how serious these are, but trench collapses kill an average of 2 workers every month in the United States. So this is a very serious threat to worker safety. To prevent this, OSHA requires professional engineers or a qualified professional to analyze the soil, as we said, for the composition, to help put into place a proper system that slopes, shields, and supports. Falls and falling loads, that's another safety hazard that's very common with these trenches or excavation sites. Workers and work equipment can fall into an excavated area and get hurt or killed. When possible, a barrier or safety signage is certainly needed around the perimeter to let anybody and everybody who's nearby to let them know that clearly there's a fall hazard potentially here. Falling loads such as job site equipment or excavated dirt can also fall into the trenched areas and crush anyone who's working below and has no idea that this is about to happen. That's why OSHA requires job site materials to be stored at least 2 feet away from the edge of the excavation. Additionally, OSHA recommends that employers do not allow work to be conducted below the suspended or raised loads. Another type of hazard is hazardous atmospheres. Trenched areas sometimes have depleted oxygen levels, which is a safety hazard. The atmosphere in trenched areas can also be contaminated by toxic gases or chemicals. Again, OSHA warns about this and how to properly monitor the oxygen and what's going on from a breathable standpoint in that areas. Mobile equipment can also create a hazard, such as vehicles, dump trucks, backhoe loaders. Those are common vehicles that are found around trenching sites, but they too can cause or lead to injuries or death if not handled properly. There must be appropriate flaggers. Other types of people who are spotters must be in the right areas. Lastly, hitting utility lines can create all kinds of hazards in there. It can be very expensive. It can create problems for physical equipment, plants, buildings, all of the surrounding neighborhood that's nearby, the infrastructure. Because if you hit a utility line, or it can also lead to electrocution. So there are many ways to properly protect yourself around trenches and excavation. These are the most common safety hazards. We've dealt with these types of cases many times over the years, and they're all very serious. And we take investigating them very seriously as well during our representation. If you have questions or concerns about this or been involved in something like this, just give us a call. 205-930-6900 is our office number. Nomberglaw.com is our website. If you like this video, we'd appreciate a thumbs up and a subscription. And if you didn't like it, we'd like to hear about that as well. We also can be found on Facebook and Twitter.